Probably just gonna be us. I think Megan's still in Cosmo.
Oh, she's still in Cozumel. Okay,
I think so. Pretty sure.
okay. Yes, that's what her pictures look like.
Yes, I think she's there for the month.
All right.
Let me know when you're good to go.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you. Yes.
All right. I'll count it down since we both recorded this. In three, two, one. Let's start. I know we skipped last week because we skip holiday Mondays because we all need a vacation. Ugh. Anywho, let's do our usual breathing together, get in the zone, meditation. So let's sit up tall, lengthen your spine. You can close your eyes, gaze softly in front of you, whatever's comfortable. And let's take three centering breaths together. So let's breathe in through the nose. Let your chest expand, shoulders rise. Then control long exhale. Settle down. Number two, let's breathe in through the nose. And then breathing out to the mouth. Feel the air as it exits your lips. Continue to settle. Okay, last deep breath. Let's breathe in. Sit up a little bit taller. And on this out breath, really plug into your foundation, your touch points on the mat. You can resume a normal breathing pattern. Okay, so find a physical sensation to lock in on. It can be your breath. It can be maybe your touch points, your bottom of the mat, where you're sitting cross-legged, where your shins touch your feet, your heartbeat. It can even be a sound around you. Just focus in on that as you as we begin to relax even further. Play the singing bowl a couple times. When you hear it being played, I want you to use it as a to come back. Maybe you're not focusing on the breath or your physical sensation, just thinking about something, that's okay. Just use it as a reminder to come back to the present moment. In our last few moments or so, just focusing on nothing at all. Just sit here and coast. All right, let's take one last deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out, you can open up your eyes. Ooh. All right, let's get some stretching in. I know I need it. Let's start with our sides. So let's take both arms and reach up towards the ceiling. Really reach. Let's start on the left side today. So plant that left palm on the mat and reach the right arm over your body. Keeping that right bone, the sit bone planted on the mat. An active reach with the arm, with the right fingertips. Feel the right side of your body all the way down to your hip. And then let's get that left arm off the mat and reach it back up to the ceiling. And then let's come down on the right side. So that right palm is planted. The left arm is reaching. Okay, still active reach with the other side. And we'll bring the right palm back up to the top. And breathe out as we bring our hands back to center. And let's do a spine stretch. Let's turn back to the counterclockwise direction. Right palm is pressing into the left knee. Sitting up nice and tall as you twist. Turning the chin towards the left shoulder. Okay, left fingertips or left palm is pressed into the floor, giving yourself a little extra twist. And then let's connect the breath with the movement here. So let's breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let's unwind, gently coming back to center. Get our other side. So left palm is pressed into the right knee. Right palm or right fingertips is pressed into the floor behind you. Okay. Spine is nice and tall. And then we twist. Breathing out and twisting a little bit more. Oof. Give yourself one last push to the right. And then as you breathe out, let's come back to center. And then we'll get our inner thighs. I'm gonna bring the soles of my feet together. And then bring your heels toward your soft tissue. And let the knees drop down. Okay, we both know the drill. Lean forward. Maybe letting the knees get a little bit closer to the mat, closer to the ground. All right, and then round out your back. Reach on the floor in front of you. Crawl with your fingertips. Let's do one more cycle. So let's take a deep breath into the nose. And then as you exhale, really go for the gold. Reach forward. Feel those inner thighs a little bit more. And then you can sit back up, put the knees together. Ugh. Let's do a hamstring stretch. Let's stand up. Okay, wide stance. Legs are straight, toes forward, reach up towards the ceiling with the hands. And then as you breathe out, gently swan dive forward. And let's start with the fingertips of the hands on the ground. Looking between your legs towards the back of the room. And as you settle with the breath, hopefully you settle a little bit with the hamstring. As we begin to open them up. Okay, if you want, you go for stage 2. Let's take the hands and clasp them behind you or behind your lower back, and then reach the fingertips towards the front of the room. Okay, a little shoulder stretch. And hopefully allows you to get a little deeper into the hamstring stretch. Still breathing. Now let's release the hands and drop them back down to the mat. Okay, we'll do a little chest opener. So let's plant that right palm on the mat, forward right from your face, and open up with the left arm to the left side and reach for the ceiling with those left fingertips. Hopefully the legs are beginning to relax now. Okay, turn the chin up towards the ceiling as well. Open up your chest. Ooh. And then as we breathe out, let's bring the left arm back down and switch palms. Now the left palm is on the mat. Right arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Okay, really reach for the ceiling with the right fingertips. Legs are still straight and strong. All right, and then we're gonna bring the right arm back down. Let the upper body just hang out here. Maybe letting the weight of your upper body droop down, get a little even deeper in that hamstring stretch. And then letting the upper body just dangle, letting the head and arms dangle. We're going to do our slow 10 count as we straighten back up. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, all right. You can bring the legs together. Let's do a standing side stretch. So standing up nice and tall, reaching for the ceiling with those fingertips yet again. Really reach. Let's start on the right side with this one. So drop my right arm down to my right side, kicking out my left hip. And you know, can get the left elbow. And just like the sitting version, give me an active stretch. Just because you reach the end, just keep going. Let the stretch hopefully get a little deeper all the way down to your left hip. Then let's bring the right arm back up top and drop the left arm down to the left side. We're reaching with the kind of with both arms. The right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, while the left fingertips reaches towards the ground. As you breathe out, let's bring that left arm back up to the top, and then bring the hands back to center. Okay, now let's stretch. Let's do our shoulders and our triceps and then our neck. So I'll start with my left arm across the top of my chest. I guess it doesn't really matter. We're gonna hit both anyways. Okay. But if you're with me, pull on the left arm a little bit more. And then we're gonna switch arms. Now right arm across the top of your chest. Whoa. All right, drop that right arm. Let's get the left tricep, the left arm behind the head. Pull on the left elbow. All right, that's about good. Let's switch arms. And give yourself one last pull on the right elbow. Release and take off the sweatshirt. All right, let's get our necks. I'm gonna grab my left wrist behind my back, drop my head to the right side, to the chicken wing side. And like you're trying to listen to your right shoulder. Okay, hopefully feel that stretch on the left side of your neck. And then I'm gonna roll my head forward and look down. Let's go in the opposite direction. So let's tilt the head back as you look up. And we're gonna take a couple moments that you can find whatever tight spot you have on the left side of your neck. If you want to just oscillate between the two, go for it. If you want to stick in one spot because it's tight there, that works too. Let's just focus on our necks. Okay, that's about good. I'm going to bring my head back to center and then switch arms. So I'm grabbing my right wrist and dropping my head to the left. I'm roll my head forward. Over my head back. And then we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So take a couple moments, just rotating the head back and forth. Taking care of our necks. I'm going to turn the head, release the right wrist. Let's go back to the lower half. Let's do a split leg hamstring stretch. Start with my left leg out in front. Heels are in line. Okay, arms are reaching up. And then as you swan dive forward, keep the left leg straight. We drive the right hip towards the front ankle and feel the pinch in the left hamstring. Okay, let's take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, get a little bit lower into the stretch or deeper into the stretch. Lower. And then to exit, bend the front leg. Come on up. And I'm just going to pivot 180 degrees to get the other side. So right leg is out in front, heels are in line. Arms are back up top. Swan dive forward. Ooh. Just like the other side, let's drive the left hip towards the front ankle. Go the right hamstring above. All right, and then let's bend the front knee and come on out. Oh. All right, let's do Malasana since we're still standing. To find your medium stance, Arisa, toes are out slightly. And keep your hands at heart center, wherever is comfortable for you, doesn't really matter. As we lower ourselves down. And I'm gonna push my knees back just a hair. Just breathe. Take a deep breath here, so let's breathe in through the nose. And as you're about to exhale, support yourself to come out of it. Oh, nice. All right, let's come to the front of our mat. Let's get some moving options. Okay, feet and legs together. Let's do our warm-up swan dives. Reach our arms up top, look through the hand. And then swan dive forward. Ooh. Up to flat back. Rounding at the back, reaching for the ground, eyes up, head up, reverse swan dive. For one, hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Up to flat back. Exhale, rounding out the back, and then reverse swan dive. Okay, that was the second one. Hands at the top, swan dive down for a third time. Hopefully those hamstrings really feel open now. Come up to flat back, rest the hands, the knees. And as you breathe out, round at the back, plant both palms. Let's come into plank position. And then let's chaturanga down into our first upward dog of the day. You know what? Let's drop the legs down. Let's do a cobra. Since it's our first one. So hand should be just under the shoulders, pushing the floor away, whatever distance is comfortable for you. Feel your core stretch out. Okay. If you notice that your head is down in your shoulder, see if you can get the head, neck out of that turtle shell. And continue to stretch. And I feel that all the way down to my hips, basically. All right, and let's extend the stretch. So let's look over our right shoulder towards our right heel. Okay, palms are still spread, hands are still pushing. And then let's turn and look over our left shoulder. Let's get the other side. Hopefully you're dropping the right hip down a little bit. Okay, and then turning the head back forward. And then come back onto your toes and we'll transition straight into downward dog. Okay, now arms are really pushing the floor away in front. Driving the heels down to the mat. And then let's bend the left knee, drive just the right heel. Let's get each calf individually. And then switch sides, bending the right knee, driving the left heel down. And back to bending the left knee. Let's do 2 cycles total. And then let's go back last time here, driving just the left heel down. All right. And then straighten out both legs. Go back in downward dog. Let's do a quick sun salutation. So I'm going to step my feet towards my hands and then reverse swan dive until my hands are at the top. Swan dive down. Come up to flat back. Exhaling. Okay, planting both palms, stepping back to plank. Then I'm going to chaturanga down. Upward dog now. We're on the tops of the feet. Okay. Back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. And back into downward dog. And then let's do our crescent pose to prayer twist sequence. So I'm going to bring my feet together. Let's start with the left side. So let's gently float the left heel up into the air. And then swing the left leg forward and plant it in front. And then bring the arms and the torso up. We drive the right heel down to the mat. I definitely feel that in my right hip. Okay, hopefully your elbows aren't flaring out. And we're breathing. Be settling in a little bit deeper into that crescent pose. All right, let's bring the hands to heart center and transitioning into prayer twist on the left. Pressing the right elbow into the left knee. Hands are stacked. Balancing and breathing. All right, and we'll exit prayer twist, returning to crescent pose. The arms are reaching up for the ceiling, legs are still strong. And then on your next out breath, bring your hands back down to the mat and plant them. Bring that left leg back to plank. And then we're going to chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here. Return to downward dog. Okay. And let's get the right side. So feet and legs together. Let's gently float the the right leg up into the air. And then swing the right leg through and plant it in front. And then come into crescent pose on the right. Once again, elbows are not flaring out. That back heel is reaching for the mat. Fingertips reaching for the ceiling. We're letting that left hip stretch out now. And then bringing the hands to heart center as we transition into prayer twist on the right. And once again, we're breathing. All right, and then we're gonna come back to center, or rather come back to crescent pose. Arms are reaching back up to the ceiling. And then bring the arms and torso back down, plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank, and let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. And we're gonna add the sun salutation, so return to plank. Then step the feet gently towards the hands and reverse swan dive into the hands right at the top. Okay, swan dive down, up to flat back. Exhaling, rounding at the back, planting both palms, stepping both feet back to plank, and then we're going to chaturanga down, do an upward dog. Ooh. Back to plank, give me a push up here, returning to downward dog. Let's do a warrior sequence of feet and legs together. Float the left heel up into the air. Swinging it through and planting in front. And as the arms come up, that back heel comes down for warrior one. And hopefully your front knee is tracking over your front ankle. And then let's go to warrior two. Arms front and back. Okay. Hopefully arms and palms are parallel to the ground. dip back into reverse warrior. So the right palm is on the right leg. Left arm is above you and reaching for the back of the room. And then back to warrior two. And let's do a straight leg triangle pose this week. So straighten up that front leg. Okay. And then reach forward with the left arm. Reaching, reaching, reaching. When you can reach no further, drop the left arm down to the ground. Right arm reaches up. And your left hand or left fingertips can be the inside on the left leg or on the outside. The outside's just a hair harder. I think I'll go for the easier version this week. And see if you can turn your chin and your eyes up towards the ceiling. Breathing. All right, and then let's hop back up into warrior two. So arms front and back. Let's bend the left knee and get back into a proper warrior two. The standard one anyways. Let's dip back into our reverse warrior. Careful not to put too much weight on that back leg. All right, then back to warrior two. And then swing that right arm gently forward and up for warrior one. All right. And then as you bring your arms down, that back heel comes up, plant both palms. Left leg comes back to plank. And let's chaturanga down into an upward dog. Back to plank. Let's add a sun salutation. Step the feet towards the hands. And reverse swan dive. Hands are at the top. Swan dive. Down. Up to flat back. Exhale, rounding at the back. Let's plant both palms. Step things back to plank and let's chaturanga down to an upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here into down dog. And let's repeat that sequence on the right side and then we'll get to more static stretches. So feet and legs together. Float that right leg up into the air. Called it out correctly this time. And swing that right leg forward and plant it in front. And come into warrior one. On the right. Both arms reaching for the ceiling. Looking forward. Elbows are not flared. Okay, let's go arms front and back for warrior two. Settling even more with the breath. And let's dip back into our reverse warrior on the right, reaching for the back of the room with those right fingertips. I definitely feel my inner left thigh on this side. Let's return to warrior two. Okay, remember we're going to do the straight leg version this week. So straighten up that right knee, that right leg. Reach forward with the right hand, and you can reach no further. Drop the right hand down. Okay, left fingertips reach up for the ceiling and turn the chin, look up. Continue to settle with the breath. Finding your foundation, finding your balance. 3, 2, 1. Let's return to warrior two and then bend that right knee, get low and into warrior two. And then let's dip back into reverse warrior. And then back to warrior two. And then swing that left arm up for warrior one. And then as you bring your arms back down, that left heel comes up, plant both palms, right leg comes back to plank, and let's head her on back down into our upward dog. Back to plank, we're gonna push up here and return to downward dog. Okay, probably our last downward dog of the day, so really make it count. Spread the fingers. Once again, pushing the floor away in front, feeling those calves. Nice. All right, from here, gently drop your knees down to the mat. And let's just sit back in a nice, easy child's pose. Arms are in front, resting either to the forehead or the temple on the mat. Still breathing. All right, gently come forward now a bit. Let's get a hip stretch. I'm gonna stay on my right knee, plant my left foot in front. Okay. Bunch of right angles. And then your back is nice and tall. So rotate your hip forward. You can even lean forward slightly. You should feel that on your right hip flexor, right side. If you want to pull it from the top and the bottom, feel free to reach the right arm up. And then, of course, the super duper option, take that right hand up top and reach it over your head. Okay, find whatever option looks best for you. But really, the important thing here is rotating that hip forward, feeling the right hip flexor. We're going to do a slow 10 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You can drop the right arm. Okay, switch legs. Come back on my left knee. Right foot is planted in front. Oop, my knee popped. Rotate my hips forward. Add the left arm. Again, optional. We're reaching with the arm, pushing with the hip, stretching of the hip, whatever. All right, I'll do a slow 10 count here. I forgot. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to drop that. Ooh, left arm down. Thank you, hips. What should we do next? Let's do cat cow since we're already underneath. I'm gonna roll up my mat a couple times. Okay, we're on all fours. Knees underneath the hips, hands, palms underneath the shoulders. And let's do 5 cycles. So breathing in, head and bottom up, chest is pressed into the ground or towards the ground rather. Then exhale, opposite direction. Arch that back towards the ceiling. Okay, breathe in, head up. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up for 3. Exhale, head down. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head back down. Okay, last cycle. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Ooh. Okay, come into a neutral spine. Okay, I'm gonna hop off my mat, unravel it. Let's get one for our forearms, or rather two for our forearms. We're still on our knees, hands and knees, but turn the palms out so the fingertips are to the left and to the right. And then lean over our right wrist to the right side. You should feel that stretch come up your right forearm. And switch sides. And back to the right. We'll probably do 3 cycles each time. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of movement, but somehow it does a lot of stretching for the forearms. Back to the left. Okay, last cycle here. So leaning our torso over to the right, over to the left. And from off your wrist, give yourself a couple wrist rolls in one direction and other direction. You could even just shake out your wrist. That feels good. Let's do one more for the forearms. So you might need to lean forward, but palms are planted, fingers are reaching towards you, and then just lean your bottom back to your heels or your toes. I mean, this one I barely even move, but I definitely feel it in both my forearms. Leaning back, it's a very minute movement, hardly perceptible. And we'll come out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And to get out of it, lean forward gently and then get off the wrist. Shake my wrist out. Ooh. Let's do a pigeon pose and then we'll get more for our spine. So return to a plank position. Let's bring the right leg forward so the right shin is perpendicular to the rest of our body. You can untuck the back toes. Then settle in. Whether that's staying on your palms in front, coming down to your elbows, maybe even coming down to your forearms. The important part is settling with that hip. Ooh. Go for another 15 seconds or so. So continue to find that position that stretches out. What's best for you. Okay. And then plant both palms in front, bring your torso back up. Let's add the quad stretch. I'm going to reach back behind me with my left hand and then pull my left heel towards me. Ooh. Let's hold this one for 15 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope you feel as much as I do. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Release that left foot. Plant both palms. Return to plank briefly. And then bring the left leg forward. And untuck the right toes. Okay. Finding that position that works for me. Ugh. Okay, just like the other side, we're going to hold this one for a while. So continue to settle in. Ooh. All right, we'll stay here for another 15 seconds. So All right, and then let's plant the palms in front. Let's reach back with our right arm. Okay, let's pull in the right heel and feel the right quad stretch out. And one turn position, we'll do a 15 count, just like the other side. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We're gonna release that right foot. Let's get off the left leg. Let's come into a child's pose once again. So forearms on the mat. We're sitting back, settling with the breath. And let's add some side stretch here. So take that right hand and reach out to the right. And then stack our left hand over our right hand. You feel that stretch all the way through your left side to your left hip. And then we'll come back to center. And then let's get the other side. So left arm is out to the left. Stacking our right hand over our left. That stretch go from your right hip through your right side to your right fingertips. Come back to a neutral child's pose. And as you take a deep breath in, and as you take a deep breath out, let's go to an extended child's pose. So you're on your knees, your bottom's up in the air, shift your arms forward just a little bit. Let's do a thread the needle, stretching our shoulders and our spine. So take that right arm and reach it through the hole you make with your left arm, right shoulder's on the floor. And then rotate the right arm up to the ceiling for 1. Reaching the right arm back through for 2. Okay, back up to the ceiling. Let's do 3 times each side. Okay, last time through. Back up to the top. And then on this time, back down to the ground, reach the right arm forward. And let's get the other side. So left arm threads the needle. Okay, up to the top. Threading the needle for number 2. Back up top. Last time, threading the needle. Okay, back up top, last time here. And then reaching the left arm forward. And then come forward out of that extended child's pose. Let's rotate onto our backs. Okay, lying down. Let's do spine stretch to a glute stretch. So let's hug the right knee in towards our chest. Okay, pulling it gently. Enjoying this little stretch in that inner thigh section. And then let's start with taking the knee out towards the right. Notice how the stretch changes. Then back to center. And let's pull the right knee over to the left side of the body. Right arm extends out to the right. Looking towards the right. Just twisting the spine. All right, we're gonna hold for another 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that right leg back to center. And then let's hug in the left knee. Okay. Once again, just enjoying that little stretch. All right. Let's pull the left knee out towards the left. Oof. Letting the angle of the stretch change. And then bringing it back to center. And then we're going to bring the left knee over to the right side of our body. Left arm extends out to the left. Ooh. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. This side feels pretty tight for me, so let's breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, 1 more breath. Breathing in. And then long breath out. Oof. All right, bring that left leg back. And then let's do a glute stretch. We'll probably come to our close. So plant the left foot and then get the right ankle on the left knee. Let's pull on the left shin or right ham or left hamstring, whatever feels good for you. Stretching out the right glute. Okay, 3 breaths. With each breath, relaxing the body, getting deeper into the stretch, breathing into that right glute. So breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Number 2, let's breathe in. And then long breath out. And last breath cycle for this side. Breathe in. Okay, really go for it now. Exhale, stretching out the right side. All right, we're gonna let go of the left shin, plant the right foot, left ankle comes into place. I'm gonna grab my right shin. All right, let's repeat those 3 breaths. So breathing into the nose, and out to the mouth. Number 2, breathe in and release. All right, last breath, breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Okay, hopefully your glutes are feeling stretched out. Let's release the right leg and bring both legs up into the air for happy baby. Okay. Pulling on the feet, pulling the knees in towards the underarms, feeling the inner thighs. And we're rocking side to side. Notice how the spine feels against your mat. Let's release the feet. Let the legs come down. And we're already in corpse pose. Look at that. You can close your eyes here. We'll go for 60 seconds. I won't say a word in 3, 2, 1. That was about 60 seconds. You can keep your eyes closed. Let's bring the arms overhead. Give me a nice morning stretch. And just find some side to side movement. Get one last final stretch. We arch the back. And then rolling onto one of your sides. Rest your head and face right on your hands. We're gonna take a moment for ourselves. Whichever arm is on top, land that palm on the mat, and then push yourself back up into cross-legged position. Ugh. Returning to where we started. Let's do our 3 audible breaths. You can om if you want. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Number 2, let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. Last one, let's breathe into the nose and breathe out with some sound. Oh. Your hands to heart center. You may repeat after me if you like. May you have clear and kind intention. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. Let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communication. Returning our hands to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friend.
Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you, Arisa.
And look it's light out.
I know. We'll take it. It's only gonna get better
Yes.
and warmer.
Yes. All
But,
right.
but maybe warmer.
Okay.
All righty. Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Have a good week.
You as
See
well.
you tomorrow. All right. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
See ya.
Yeah.